thing that Japan does much better than Portugal is...
In comparison to Portugal, it's way more expensive.
But one thing that is much harder to do in Japan is... air. Hey!
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 Welcome back to our channel.
If you're new to the channel, hello. How are you?
I'm Vasco.
And I'm Sarah.
And
yeah.
Oh, this video will be a little bit different from the usual.
Yeah.
If you don't know, if you're new here, we quit our jobs in Portugal and we came to Japan for a full year to explore the country and all it has to offer.
Today we wanted to sit down with you and answer a few questions that we've gotten so far from a few people that follow us on all our socials regarding how we came here, which visa we use, how's it been so far, how much it costs to be in Tokyo for 1 month, for example, the pros and cons of being in Japan versus Portugal, what Japanese do better, and what have been our challenges so far. So we're gonna go through everything in this video, so hopefully it can help you out if you're still not sure if you want to do this as well. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
So the first part of our year, we basically moved around the whole time and ended in Tokyo, where we are currently based. And we stayed here for around
2 months, more or less.
2 months and a half.
To give you an idea, this apartment cost us 1,200 euros per month.
Yeah.
So
it's very basic.
Yeah.
It's very small, like everything in Tokyo, but it's everything you need. At least for 2 people, it's quite comfy for you to stay. Has even like a little place for us to work. You can make your own meals here. So it's
we have a bathroom, we have a toilet, we have a shower and a bed. We don't need much more. So yeah, and we are in a cool area. We are in Asakusa. We have the Sky Tree, like literally 5 minutes away from here. We have supermarkets, conbinis, restaurants, and little cafes. So
yeah, a lot of things. And of course, if you have your own apartment, you'll be able to also cook at home, which is a very different experience than, you know, going to the local izakayas and stuff like that. And the experience we had so far with the supermarkets here is pretty positive in comparison to Europe and what you're used to. When it comes to prices, you can very easily make a meal for like €5 per person at home. And I'm obviously taking into account that you'll also want to buy like some meat. Maybe you'll prefer cow meat instead of chicken or even shrimps. Or what
you can go even cheaper if you're a vegetarian,
you
for
can
sure.
You can go even cheaper, for sure. But the supermarkets are very neatly organized, super clean. Everything looks super fresh. Japanese people, if you don't know, and also this is for sure something that Japan does better than Portugal, honestly. They do give a lot of importance to their health, and you see it a lot at supermarkets as well. Everything is very fresh. Everything looks amazing.
Immaculate, like all the fruits and vegetables, like so beautiful.
And they have sweet potatoes everywhere, which is
they have sweet potato everywhere.
Even the fast food, you probably know about the Calbee chips. Calbee chips supposedly are considered fast food, but they're made in Japan, and they always look at it very attentively because Japanese people prefer to eat things from Japan and know where things come from. So that's also why I believe fruit is so expensive here, because it's seen as a very intense work to get like that fruit to that specific point, and it's like in
comparison to Portugal, it's way more expensive. But I would say the rest of the products, especially cosmetics and house products, they're way cheaper than Portugal.
Also, still on the topic of supermarkets, every supermarket has a little corner as well for you to buy prepared food, and it's very good. If you don't feel like cooking, food is super good. They have all types of
so
food.
many options.
They even have sushi, which Vasco already ate a couple of times, and
it was like top tier.
I know there's a lot of people that compare seafood in Portugal and Japan, and we are Portuguese, and I must say I think seafood in Japan is much better, even though we have
it is
very
like,
good
you
fish.
have more variety, like in terms of availability.
Fish in Portugal, if it's grilled fish, is amazing. But I think sushi is not very well done in Portugal, in my opinion. I think there's too much rice, and here it's the
Yeah,
total
the
opposite.
ratio is like
Yeah.
inverted. Like here you have a big
Chunk of
fish and a small portion of rice underneath. And in Portugal, they serve you like the other way around. So big chunk of like rice and a small piece of fish. I would say you can even find, especially in the Tokyo, for example, you can even find local stores where you can buy bento boxes. So not only in the supermarkets, you can find local stores that sells you like prepared meals in a bento form.
Yeah.
Like in a box. So yeah.
Touching on what surprised us as Europeans in a supermarket in Japan as well is the checkout counter, because it gives me a hellish feeling when I'm in a checkout in Portugal and I have to be super fast, and sometimes I'm alone and I'm like shoving everything inside of the bag, and I'm like stressing out because someone is behind me and is already sniffing me or something.
They have a whole different logistic here.
Yeah.
You basically, they
Scan everything.
and they give you time and they put your basket in a place, you pay, and then you grab the basket and you go to a specific table where you can put everything in your plastic bag.
And they even neatly put everything in your little bag, like per.
Yeah.
It's like Tetris, God.
It's so
it's
organized.
insane.
Yeah.
You can also compare the culture differences. I feel like if you are thinking about doing this experience, make sure that you also, research quite a bit about the culture, because the differences, even in common sense, is ginormous. It is a very big difference. We spoke a little bit about supermarkets, but also in restaurants. Like in Portugal, most of the times, if you see a vacant seat, you can straight up just go and sit. And here you need to, of course, wait for a person to come up to you to tell you if it's available or not, because sometimes it's not, even though you can see that it's right there.
In Japan, it's not that common to tip. In Portugal, we don't have rules about tipping, for example. I know in America and Canada, it's a very common thing. In Portugal, we don't have the tipping culture. In Japan, it's similar.
They're a little bit more open to tipping nowadays because of all the tourism that they're experiencing. We tipped once or twice so far when we had like amazing people. Really, they're all amazing most of the time, but it was like something else.
Next level.
And they're fine with it. Like it's not disrespectful in any way, so it's not very common. They're not used to it. It's just like
some videos on the internet says it's rude to tip.
No, I think that's a bit too far.
we even talked to Japanese about it, and they say like if it's okay, you don't need to, and they will not get offended by it. So
I think people focus too much sometimes on these little details instead of actually seeing what really is an issue for Japanese people. And speaking of that, like you have the public transportation, and I think we see it a lot in Tokyo. Like a lot of people don't actually know how to behave in a different country, because I know, like for us Westerners, public transport, you can talk on the phone if you want. Like you can make all types of noises. Portugal, they even like put music
blast
on.
music.
So I think that is the normal aspect of like Western culture. But here it is very much an unspoken rule that you cannot do that. Like you have to give your seat, of course, for people that need it. That's like obvious rule number one. We always try to not even sit on the those types of seats at all. We just go stand up and that's it. You should use your inner voice at all times.
The cleanliness of the streets and the punctuality of the transportations are a huge cultural shock for us. Like in comparison to Portugal, the trains and the buses, they never go late. So
We have many differences when it comes to culture, but it's a very safe and organized country in comparison. And I think one big thing that Japan does better than Portugal is for sure the respect for tradition. And I say this kind of sadly, because Portugal does have a lot of heritage, and it's one of the oldest countries in Europe. And unfortunately, you see that a lot of cultures, especially in the rural parts of Portugal, are getting lost to time.
Yeah, they are dying out.
They're
because
dying out, yeah.
All the younger people like move to the capital or Porto, so Lisbon or Porto.
Move out of the
Or
country.
move out, yeah.
And I feel like that's definitely something that Japan does better, and I think it goes hand in hand to the fact that they respect the elderly a lot here
Yeah,
in comparison. I know it has the other side of the coin as well, of the hierarchy and maybe being too strict in certain aspects like jobs and things like that.
Yeah.
But the truth is that tradition is still super important in Japan. And the religion aspect of things as well, you see a lot more people going to Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples in comparison to churches. We do not go to churches at all, at least for young people. And maybe if you go once or twice per year, that's already a lot. Like, it's not very common anymore.
Or when you are getting baptized, so...
Or married.
Or married, yeah.
That's pretty much it. So I would say Japan does that as well much better.
They keep
Portugal.
their culture, yeah.
And also, actually, the thing that Japan does much better than Portugal is small businesses. The amount of small and businesses that are super original, and somehow they always survive. Like, things don't seem to close down.
We saw like
ever.
little shops in the middle of nowhere that we thought, well, this how like this business wouldn't survive in Portugal at all. Like, and they have little shops, little cafes, they have everything. Like,
insert B-roll of a cafe we found in Kuramai, which was amazing, where you could do your own leather stuff.
It was so cool.
But the amount of originality that they have when making these small businesses is actually like amazing.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can keep them open and like actually have business and make a living out of it is amazing, because in Portugal this is definitely something that it's more and more difficult nowadays. Going on to the actual challenges and difficulties that we faced so far when coming to Japan. Well, in my case, of course, I quit my job. Vasco is still working part-time remotely. If you don't know, we have a video about the fact that I quit my job where I explain the reasons, and it's very personal to me, so in case you want to know me a little bit better, it's there. But yeah, I think one of the biggest difficulties that I feel is my own head. Like, I'm already thinking like, okay, if this doesn't work out, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I have to figure out my life and stuff like that. So I feel like the mental aspect of things in my case, because I quit my job, is always there.
Yeah.
And I would say also, this is the first time I actually am away from home like this. And,
same.
And yeah.
But yeah.
So I feel like obviously not being able to see family is quite hard, especially because we chose to go all the way to the other side of the world. So I get that it can be sad sometimes. Like I had my birthday here. Like
we had an excellent dinner, so you can't complain. But I'm joking. But
no, but like it's always hard. It's always hard, and I would say like that part of making friends sometimes can be a little bit hard. The challenges are also, of course, we have our YouTube channel and we're giving it everything we have, and sometimes, of course, you don't see the
results
right away. So having the expectations in the right place and doing it because you love it and not trying to overthink, which is something that I think we both do quite a bit.
But if you are planning on starting your own YouTube channel, just go for it.
Yeah. Just try it.
Yeah, just try
when
it.
I say YouTube channel, I say like your own project, your own business, your own anything, like
passion,
your
like
hobby, a new hobby.
Yeah,
Just do it, because I feel like it's you'll regret not doing it, even if it doesn't go well, even if a lot of crap goes on.
You'll learn.
Yeah, you'll always learn from it. You'll always be better from it, always. There's a lot of people that put as a negative the working culture in Japan, which is definitely something we already saw. It is very negative. You see a lot of people like passing out on the streets. I have no idea how they're not mugged or anything, because that would happen in Portugal.
Yeah.
So definitely there's a very intense working culture here, and that's definitely a con, because you see that people like it can be seen seen in both ways because, for one, people are very diligent in their work and they want to do their best. But at the same time, like, they should have some kind of balance.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you compare it to Portugal, Portuguese work very, very long hours as well, and for less in comparison when it comes to salary. So I don't know if I were to compare the two countries, which one would be better in terms of working culture.
Yeah, I would say corporate world.
Consulting
is
hell.
in Japan is very, very hard. Yeah. But in comparison, for example, the tourism sector here in Japan, it's strange because, for example, in Portugal, many cafes and restaurants open like 9 a.m., for example, and closes at like 11 p.m. And here in Japan, the majority of the coffee shops and even like museums and restaurants, they open at 11 a.m.
or 10 and close at 5.
So I would say probably working in Japan is better in certain areas, yeah.
For sure. But one thing that is much harder to do in Japan is make friends, in my opinion. It's quite hard. It's not that they don't want to, it's really the language barrier is for sure an issue.
So we have a couple of friends in Kyoto, so if you're watching this,
hey guys.
And I would say in bigger cities are way easier to make friends, but in the rural parts of Japan are way harder to.
It's way harder.
It's way harder.
Yeah.
The majority of the people don't speak English, so at all. And to establish a friend relationship or whatever, it's quite hard.
Yeah, but when you know a little bit of Japanese, which is the case for us, you always get people that like want to know more about you. So you just have to think about like it's such an untapped potential that if you knew how to speak fluently, you would probably have so many friends because people are actually wanting to know you. Like you're different than them. You're here. Why are you here? Like that happened to us.
What are you doing in the middle of nowhere?
Like,
in
what are you doing here? Why are you here? Like what the hell? And we're like, because we like Japan.
So I would say 2 important tips. Number 1, learn the basics. Like, learn at least the basics of Japanese so you can communicate.
Yeah.
And the second tip is if you want to establish relationships and make friends here, probably the best places are izakayas or bars, but I would say, izakayas is the most common place that Japanese open themselves more to conversations and
Yeah, for sure. But third tip actually is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just go outside of your comfort zone. I feel like, I feel like learning a new language is always about getting out of your comfort zone. And if you don't try, even if you're scared of making mistakes, you'll never be able to actually learn. And if you're here in Japan for a longer period of time, it is inserting yourself in the culture and language. So it's an extra boost for you to actually learn the language. So just go for it.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys have been asking. I know it's a little bit different from country to country. We're going to explain to you in the aspect of Portugal how it works.
Probably it applies to the majority of the European countries, but we'll talk specifically from our experience, so Portugal. Yeah.
Exactly. So we came here with a work holiday
visa,
which if you don't know, you can only take once in your life, and it's only up until you're 30, and I'm 29. I know I don't look like it. It's the sweet potato.
And I'm 16.
Keeps me young.
Okay.
What? No.
I'm actually younger than Sarah. But...
He is 1.5 years younger than me. So he's 27.
Yeah.
And this was my last chance, really, to take this visa. And when it comes to what you need, well, in our case, we went to the embassy online, and you can check their website for everything.
And the requirements.
In terms of requirements. And the work holiday visa is for sure the one that is more lenient. it has a lower threshold when it comes to what you need, like financially. And the documentation that we had to do was mainly like, of course, you need the passport, you need a criminal check.
History.
You need to give them the bank.
The last 6 months of your bank transactions.
So they see that you have your means to support yourself in the country. You need to have all the flights already bought to go and to come back. And you need to have your itinerary planned out. And they normally give you a sheet where you need to put all the dates and where the places you'll be.
The places you'll be visiting.
Obviously, it's not like they're not gonna police you and see. The important part is that you have your flight back because they need to
That's
know.
the most important thing. Like they want to know if you are coming back or not.
Obviously, the work holiday visa allows you to work part-time while traveling in Japan. So you do get to work here if you have the need for it. You're not obligated to do it if you have the funds to keep yourself here, which was, of course, our case. We knew we wanted to come to Japan and we started
preparing this trip like 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago.
Yeah, and put all the money because I knew as well that I wanted to quit. Just make sure that you are prepared. Of course, when you come to a different country, there's always things that you're not counting on in terms of money. And I would say that probably the most expensive part of our journey
transportation
was the transportation. Shinkansen is very, very expensive as of now. And JR Pass, of course, for us would not be useful at all. But in your case, if you're traveling for a month and going all over the place and using a lot of Shinkansen, it is worth it.
It's a good option.
Also, something that we actually had a conversation at the embassy about was the health insurance and how it works for Japan. In our case, we had already like health insurance.
Portuguese health insurance.
But that also was it had applications all over the world, so we could use it everywhere. But if you come to Japan, you can also very easily go to a municipality place.
Basically, they have like
a public health insurance.
That's the
And
name.
if you're here for more than 6 months, for example, you're gonna pay taxes. So in our case, we don't have tax-free because we're paying Japanese taxes for everything. So you are entitled to have a public health insurance. And in my case, I actually did some blood work here in Japan, and I went to a public hospital here in Tokyo. And for foreigners, they had like a specific foreigner counter where a person like translated everything for you, and it was a super amazing experience.
I would say that was one point that shocked us as well.
Japan does better.
Japan does better, like in terms of hospitals. A public hospital here in Japan, in
amazing.
comparison to public hospitals in Portugal, they are night and day, of course.
Very good experience. Very good experience.
I would compare like a public hospital in Japan to a private hospital in Portugal. They have everything like well organized, every like section, not section, but
it's divided by sections.
Yeah.
If you're staying for more than 1 month, we spoke about this on our blog. We spoke about this on our blog because actually I didn't find any information on the internet about this, and I was stressing the hell out because both me and Vasco, we take some medication. And we needed to bring medication for a year. So it's a lot of time. And you actually need to apply for a Yungsho, I think it's called.
Yungsho,
Which is, you need to ask the customs if the medication is allowed to get into Japan, the amount that is. You need to just explain everything you're bringing with you. And of course, there's a lot of medication that is also forbidden here in Japan, so you need to double check it before.
You need to fill out a form in Japanese?
No, you can do it in English,
Okay.
and it's all online as of now. We have a blog to explain it, so if in case you have medication, you can check it. It's always more than 1 month, so make sure that you also check that. Gyms, something.
If you are planning to visit Japan for more than a month or even less, like if you want to go to a gym.
Most of the hotels don't have gyms, by the way. It's sad.
But if you're staying in an apartment and you want to go to a gym, a private gym, of course, like Gold's Gym or Anytime Fitness, which is the one that we chose. We have a full blog post about it.
It's yeah, also something I really struggled with finding information on, but we ended up choosing Anytime Fitness, not just because of the price, but also because it allowed you to work out in every Anytime Fitness throughout the whole country. And it's probably the chain that has more gyms in Japan. So if you're going throughout the whole country, it's the best option in my opinion.
And in comparison to other gyms there, they're cheaper.
Yeah, you can also do a contract and cancel it anytime you want. It normally has to be, so if we're leaving in December, we have to cancel it on the 10th of November.
Yep.
But you can do it anytime. Just send an email to your home gym. Very easy.
Anytime
Very
Fitness.
simple.
Joking. But yeah.
But yeah, we speak about all the differences between public and private gyms. And if you're thinking about it, there you go. Conclusion.
Yeah.
Japan versus Portugal. Japan wins. In my
I
opinion.
would say, like, Japan wins. No. I would say both countries have, like, positive things. We, as Portuguese, of course,
love our country.
Love our country, but we are more
Nani?
susceptible to saying bad.
Of course, because I feel like when you live in a country, it's very different than actually being a tourist, right? So you have a very different feel of how the country works on a day-to-day, and you get to see much more negative than the positive.
Yeah.
And I feel like obviously when you're a tourist, you have like rose-colored glasses and you only see almost the positive. So I think both countries have very good things, and actually I feel like Japan and Portugal have a lot of similarities in terms of culture, in terms of food, in terms of a lot of things. I think everyone should, not saying it has to be in Japan, but at least have an experience of going to a different country where the culture is totally different from yours, where you'll have to see things from a different perspective. I think it makes you grow as a human being.
Yeah, especially if you're staying for more than a month.
Yeah.
Because you can live the day-to-day life here and experience the
negatives,
and the positives. Yeah.
We're excited to share more with you guys. Hopefully we're gonna make a little bit more of these types of videos as well. Let us know in the comments if you liked it.
See ya.
Bye!